So hello, today I'm going to show you how you can write a 5-paragraph essay. This is actually called the ATS method, by the way. So first you want to begin with a beginning paragraph. I know that sounds fairly obvious. So take a piece of paper and write or type because, comma, comma, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the word since. This is going to be our outline. Now the first thing we're going to do to fill out our outline is write a statement about your topic. Now we want to choose a topic that we can actually write about. Number one, it's a truth statement about something. In our case, we're writing about personal computers, and my statement is, personal computers have changed the way people live. That's true, and I can write about it. So that's why I chose it. Choose a statement that you know or you think you can find information about. Even if you don't believe in it, it's better to have something you can write more about. Now we're going to write 3 reasons why number one, the number one statement, is true. Personal computers have changed the way people live. Personal computers let people do things they couldn't do before. Personal computers let people stay at home instead of going out, and personal computers gave people jobs. Make sure you choose statements that are a bit different and that you can write a lot about. Okay, so now we're going to write that first paragraph. What you'll need is another piece of paper, or if you're using a computer, just hit return a couple times. We're going to copy and paste a lot, and later on you can of course just delete your outline. Alright, so the first thing we do is copy sentence 1. And at the end of that sentence, we replace the period with the word because. And it looks like this. And you can also see that we took this directly from our outline. The second step is to copy sentence 2. And use a small letter or lowercase letter to start, so you're going to change that. And then use a comma right at the end instead of the period. And that looks like this. You'll notice that we have the second sentence, personal computers let people do things they couldn't do before, and a comma, right? And you notice that we have personal computers starting with a lowercase. And you know the reason why is because it's one sentence. All right, now step 3, we're going to copy sentence 3. We're going to use a small letter instead of the capital, or the lowercase, if you will. And then we're going to add a comma and the word and. So we're going to have comma and at the end of that sentence. And that looks like this. Notice we have the lowercase letter starting it, and then we have, instead of the period, a comma and the word and. And then the last and final sentence is going to be sentence number 4. Again, small letter, and then add a period, because that's the end of the sentence. And that looks like this. All right. That is one long sentence, and it could stand as a paragraph, but usually your teachers would want to see a paragraph of 3 to 5 sentences, right? So let's go ahead and add some additional statements to make the paragraph longer. And I like to use this statement in this essay and tell what the essay is about. And it could look something like this. And let's stop just for a bit. So in this essay, personal computers and their effect on people's lives will be shown. Okay, that is a general statement about the statements we're going to write about, correct? So that's not a big deal to write a sentence like that. You're just saying, yeah, in this essay we're going to be talking about X, Y, Z. And you can write that for every essay you ever write. And then I add this final sentence. And this final sentence is, even though it's not part of the technique here, it is part of the way I write. You write a final sentence that kind of ties everything together. So their effect may be the single most important thing in the history of the world. Okay, that is another sentence that kind of gives your opinion. Even though this may all be your opinion, it's the final thought, if you will. Okay, now the reason why this is so important, you'll see at the end when we finally conclude the essay. Okay, congratulations. You have written that first paragraph, and it's the first and most important paragraph. I know, but what about the other 4 paragraphs? Okay, we still have a mountain to climb, but it's not as steep as you would think. So how do we do it? Here we go. The first sentence of paragraph 2 is sentence 2. Okay, so we have our first paragraph done, and we're going to write that second sentence down, period, just the way we had it before. Then, and this is where the work comes in, you have to explain what you're talking about with several more sentences. You're trying to support what you're saying. Tell me all about it. What do you mean? Empty your brain and write until you can't think of anything else. One good technique is to imagine your friend saying that statement, and you're going to respond to him with reasons why that's true. So let's take a look at this. You'll see here that I've written sentences that have to do with how computers let people do things they couldn't do before. So all I have to do is think of, well, what are some things that people can do with computers that they couldn't do before? And now on to paragraph 3. So the first sentence of paragraph 3 is sentence 3. Oh, what a surprise. Okay, so you're going to write that down just like you had it. And then you're going to explain what you're talking about with several sentences of support, right? You're going to tell me all about it. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by what you just said? Come on, prove that to me. The point is to write as much as you possibly can. If you have to enter quotations and cite them, this is the place you would put them. And now on to the 4th paragraph. What do you think? That's right. The first sentence of paragraph 4 is sentence 4. Very good. So you write that down. And of course, you're going to explain what you're talking about with several more sentences of support. You're going to tell me all about it. What do you mean? Empty your brain and write until you can't think of anything else. Again, have that conversation. And here's my conversation. Again, first computers gave people jobs. Now we're at the 5th and final paragraph. And for some people, this is like the hardest thing. They get through all of that and they say, oh my gosh, I have to write this thing. I'm so tired. It's kind of like you're done at that point. But you're not done. And I'm telling you, it's really easy with this system. Okay. So paragraph 5 is the retelling of the information on your outline in reverse. We're going to start with the word since, right? That was on our outline, since, followed by sentence 4, then sentence 3, the word and, then sentence 2 and a comma, then sentence 1. Okay, what does that mean? So 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'll show you right here. There's a typo. That personal computer should not be capitalized. Okay, forgive me. I'll get a red mark on that. Now, of course, I want to add maybe at least a couple more sentences to end it off. And you notice that that last statement was that sentence I told you about when we first started. It's the ribbon on the present. It just ends it really nicely. And I just restated it. Pretty easy. And finally, this is what your whole 5-paragraph essay might look like. So it really wasn't that hard, and you can see that you can write more on paragraphs 2, 3, and 4 if you wanted to. You can add in all the quotes, again, the citations we talked about your teacher might want you to do, but it's easy. And also remember, you could make a 7-paragraph, 8-paragraph, 9, 20-paragraph. You just have to write your outline with more statements, correct? All right. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. I would watch this over and over again. It takes a little bit of time to get good at this. Okay? And so it does. To watch this, make sure you understand it. As you're writing your first 5-paragraph essay using this method, the ATS method, watch this video, pause it, and just keep following along, and you'll make it a lot easier for you. Take care. This is Mr. James signing out.